body. The Commission will not discuss or debate these items, nor will the Commission make decisions on items presented during this time. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. Anyone in the room? Mr. Killian?
Oh, look at the new face here. Hello, sir. I would say your name, but I'll chop it up. My name is Mr. Killian. I had to have a little time out for 45 days because someone felt that I was harmful to self or others. Mr. Courtney, don't. You're not supposed to comment. You're not supposed to give stupid faces. I've seen the text messages, guy. Seen it? Oh, yeah, there you go. So, Ms. Tomei, I appreciate you signing that. That's a First Amendment issue. Just, you silenced my speech, all because I was having feelings. But anyway, we're past that point. Number 2 issue is I'm tired of getting retaliated by Dan Affolter. I'm tired of being pulled into an investigation that has nothing to do with me, being told I'm a witness in a case, and y'all just let this guy keep doing what he's doing. In January, he tried to put a PFA on me. It failed. Because justice was on my side. That was January. So, and then we got the whole thing when he retaliated for when I spoke out for what he lied about with my daughter's case. That's 3 times. Now, how many times? Now, I had to sit out there with that guy, Chief Lockhart, little smug guy, likes to smile and act like everything's kind of cool and stuff. I found it disrespectful. Y'all are not taking it seriously. Y'all not. There is an OCR investigation by the Department of Justice, and it's going to overlap in the y'all, especially with what Dan did. Lisa Moore, Deputy Chief of Staff, sent me an email explaining why I was listed as a witness. Yes, an email. My attorney loved it. I'm sure y'all got my email. So that's what we're dealing with. But I'm getting tired and sick of it. It's like, what can I do to help myself out besides sit in my house and get pulled into bullshit? Have the cops into my house and make sure I was okay? Or they just come to my house to send me a little piece of paper in an envelope? You know? Like, it's disgusting what y'all allow. It is. It's disgusting. And y'all all each deserve everything that's coming. Because I know one thing, the federal government does not play around. They will not play with you, will not play with you, or Mr. Finkerdie, or Miss Boleyn. You're doing pretty good. You keep your mouth shut. I like you. You just stone face. I appreciate that. You, I don't know, think about you. You're always crying about some shit that nobody gives a shit about. There's more important things in this community going on, and y'all just keep dancing around. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Good luck with being served. Thank you again, Mr. Tomei. I appreciate you.
Anyone else here in the public? Excuse me.
Good evening, Commissioners. It's Dominique again, 66049. I wanted to also comment about the meeting that happened last week and the rhetoric surrounding it. And I think it's a very dangerous precedent that we're setting for ourselves. And I think it's very oddly timed that we have 2 county commissioners who are up for re-election, and today's the primary, and the voting will happen later in November. And then all of a sudden we're having this discussion about effectiveness of the Place of Everybody. And there is a video that is not being condemned. And I don't think that we are really recognizing the rhetoric that happens behind it. So I would like us to sit and examine the rhetoric. How much of it is a proto-Republican rhetoric about how the poor homeless people are just so plagued by mental health and that's the only way to save them? We understand that housing is a first right when it comes to homelessness, right? I want you guys to imagine that you don't have a place to go, to have any privacy. You can't even piss and shit in peace. Right? You have access to no clean and reliable places. You have no private place to go to when you have a mental health breakdown. You are being subjected to assault, either physical, sexual, mental emotional, right? You have to rely on the charity of people around you to provide you humanity to begin with. And we started building a structure in the city, and we can talk about the effectiveness of a state or a community trying to go from the top down or bottom up, when the real issue that we have is capitalism here, and we can talk about it openly. If we want to get to the root of homelessness, we have to stop having housing be a for-profit entity. We have to look and see how we can get access equitably, and none of this can be done in our current system because we get punitive action by the feds, the states, and from our own community. So we have this rhetoric going around that it's because of the mental health of people that they're having trouble staying housed, and we're not actually talking about the real issue. We can't even broach it, and then on top of that, we're dancing around condemning something that could have been easily condemned. We could have just said, "Oh, I don't like the rhetoric." Actually, we can have a discussion, a nuanced discussion, without having this additional rhetoric behind it that, again, we're just regurgitating Republican talking points. And let's be honest about this. It's happening right during an election. We're not stupid in this town, right? And I fear for this town. I have lived in this town for almost my entire life. I left in 2016, and when I came back in 2019, this town is different. It is very different, and it's starting to really scare me because we have these conversations and we have this rhetoric and we have this despairingness against. We're so focused on ourselves in this town. We have become so focused on ourselves. We want to lower our taxes because I'm being burdened, but we don't actually seem to care about our community members, and it is very concerning. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Eric Hyde, 66046. I just didn't want to go first because people badmouthed me last time I went. So, anyway, I just have some productive ideas. I was, there's some people in the Pallet Village, the homeless people where they stay, and I did some research. It may not be completely true, but there's Biomed Central estimates that 53% of homeless people have brain damage like me, but I'm not homeless. And so if you look at that number and compare it to Pallet Village, there's up to 50 people there. So you could have about 25 people there with brain damage. What I'm getting at is I think I hear them say they want to work, but people won't hire them. I have the same problem too. But I do have a job interview at Walmart tomorrow, which I'm excited about because I love Walmart. But so what else do I want to say? I have a neurological condition. It's really hard for me to work in a full-time environment. It causes me a lot of stress. I freak out. I could even fall down and hit my head on the ground, get another concussion. I think the city should offer more limited part-time hour city jobs. I don't know if you know this, but I've taken care of Naismith Park for years. Not continuously for every year, but there was one year I pretty much did a whole year of taking care of Naismith Park. And that was the year that the Jayhawks won the last championship basketball team. And I just want to welcome the city manager here. When I talked to you, I was like, that's the guy. So, and I told some people up there about it, 2 people, and that's the guy. I didn't judge you on your religion. I judged you on your character. So, kind of pissed off again about the race talk. Amber Sellers, I know it's a part of who you are, and I respect that. But in the beginning of this meeting, you talked about black businesses and stuff, and you said if they let you, meaning the commissioners come to that meeting. That sounds pretty racist to me. It's like a lot of people don't let me come to their business because I got brain damage. Anyway, don't have much time left. I just want to ask Mr. Magic, I'm going to call you to help more disabled jobs. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments in the room? Comments online?
Jeffrey Hepler.
Thank you all. I have a message entitled "A Common Endeavor" from the Baha'is of the United States. I think is pertinent to the conversation and how it's been going this evening. Some excerpts read as thus: "The history of our country is one of great enterprise, including innovations in technology, industry, and commerce. These material achievements have changed our lives, but have not yielded shared prosperity. Unless aligned with spiritual and moral principles, material attainments can be as good a source of harm as of good. Our challenge is now to focus innovation, creativity, and effort on the spiritual dimensions of change. The recognition of the moral and spiritual foundations of collective being and progress is now growing. To strengthen that recognition, we need conversations at all levels of society, from the neighborhood to the halls of government, about the shared values that strengthen America's social fabric. Conversation is an easily underestimated but vital form of action. The simple act of visiting friends and neighbors, building ties of friendship, and exploring hopes and concerns together can help remedy the isolation and loss of purpose that are increasingly prevalent. Conversations, when carried out with goodwill, fair-mindedness, and a desire to learn, and most importantly, with love, can help build community, catalyze action, and facilitate progress. As the Baha'i writings observe, the power to transform the world is affected by love. Love originating from the relationship with the divine. Love ablaze among members of the community. Love extended without restriction, every human being. This divine love is disseminated by enkindled souls through intimate conversations that create new susceptibilities in human hearts. Open minds to moral persuasion and loosen the hold of biased norms in social systems so that they can gradually take on a new form. I will leave you with a few questions, folks. How do we foster faith in the capacity of all so that everyone's contributions are sincerely welcomed and encouraged? How do we build genuine bonds of concern, mutual responsibility, and collaboration that allow people to transcend whatever differences arise as they work together? How can educational programs nurture a new kind of social actor, one who can see their own well-being in the prosperity of the whole society? How can a shared devotional spirit help those of different belief systems experience all humanity and all life as an interdependent whole to which we have moral obligations? Can that spirit reshape our relationships and our stewardship of the land's resources? Finally, how do we strengthen the fundamental institutions of our societies, such as families, schools, and other civic entities, to serve our collective hopes?
Time.
Thank you very much.
Julie Jones.
Julie Jones, 66047. I had something else to say tonight, but I want to address Commissioner Sellers and her attitude. I have a whole folder of you reaming public citizens, making comments, as well as your peers, just waiting for the day that I can share those with others. And you make everything about race. You know, I'm part Indian, but you don't hear me going out here screaming and yelling that's against my heritage or whatever. And I'm so tired of it, so tired of listening to you make everything about race. I have started watching the Homeless Solution LCS board meetings back in 2022 when they finally started putting them on Zoom. And I started keeping track of the numbers, and then I started posting it on Nextdoor. The numbers weren't adding up. From what they said from one month to what they said to the next month, it was not adding up. and we were not moving forward. The year that they said they dropped the numbers by 110, that was the year that Misty Bosch Hastings put 110 people on their buses and sent them back to their homes of origin. Ms. Sellers, I'm speaking to you, and I would appreciate you looking at me. But that's what you do. You just disrespect everybody when they're speaking, and yet you want people to be respectful to you. That's not how it rolls. And also with that video, I've watched it 5 times. I did not hear, I don't know who the mayor of Baltimore is. I know they were saying like other cities. They weren't saying as bad as this city. I watched the video. The numbers were correct. The numbers don't jive. What the city has on their site and what Place for Everyone has on their site, the numbers aren't there. And so, yeah, people ask me, where'd the video come from? Because I posted it on Nextdoor. I don't know. But it's not a race thing. And then the other thing about homeless people and addiction, if you look at the numbers, there's only roughly 21% of addicted people who ever get clean. It's a very, very low number, and you can spend thousands of dollars trying to get them clean, and they will not get clean. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you.
We have a few more, Vice Mayor. Mayor Scott?
Good evening, Lawrenceville. Bobby Scott, Centerpoint, Alabama, Mayor of the City of Centerpoint, current President of NBC Leo. I hope you all can hear me okay. This is also in reference to the video. As elected officials, especially mayors, we get a little bit offended when our cities are brought up in comparison to other cities, different things like that. Our residents look towards us as elected officials to serve them and better their communities. And when such propaganda is used to downgrade or, make another city look bad, when I'm sure as elected officials we're all trying our hardest to make our cities as best we can, that kind of leads into an area of decorum that's just not necessary during whatever the case may be. That video discredits the work that we do as Black mayors, as mayors in general, for our cities. And I'm sure everybody has an idea of what they would like to see their city grow towards and move forward. But you also have to keep in mind the decorum and the civility of our positions as elected officials. Most of your issues can be solved by sitting down and listening, not talking over, but simply listening to each other in a civil manner. Being the president of NBC Leo, my goal was to bring together elected officials from across the country to allow us to help resolve each other's issues in a civil manner. And I know, every town has its issues, it has its residents. I'm actually very happy to join this live and see discussions happen in your city just like they happen in my city. The important thing is to continue to have those discussions to serve the people. You have to serve everybody, not just a certain segment of the population. It must be, and you can't please everybody. We all know that as elected officials as well. So I call on each of you as public servants, as elected officials, to denounce videos or any kind of campaign propaganda that would make your city look bad in any light. There's a way to do things. If you have a point to make, if you have work to do, make it efficient, make it transparent, and talk to your residents. You don't have to destroy another person's reputation to make your point. So I would request that the city of Lawrence.
Time.
Can we allow him a statement?
Yeah, and if you, sir, if you're still there, if you want to just go ahead for another 30 seconds to finish what you were saying.
I just ask that you all denounce this letter as a group, issue an apology to Mayor Scott. My last name is Scott. I haven't officially met Mayor Scott of Baltimore, but he is a great guy from what I've seen and heard of the work that he's doing in Baltimore. So I hope that you all have a productive council meeting going forward. Thank you so much for your time.
Stephen Watts.
I'm happy for you to continue to ask that gentleman questions if you want to wait on me, please.
Oh, sir, go ahead. Yep. Mr. Watts, go ahead.
All right. Well, I find it very curious that a guy from a town of the population 16,000 comes into Lawrence, Kansas to try to tell us how to be and what to be. Very amusing. Very amusing. And for the lady that I hold total solidarity with, who comes to these meetings frequently, talking about cogent products. Please, ma'am, please understand, capitalists aren't restricted to Republicans. There's plenty of Democrats doing the same thing. It's not Republicans, Democrats. It's money versus no money. And then moving on, Ms. Sellers, no, you're incorrect again. Your pontification about hand-me-down homes has gone on for months, if not 2 or 3 years. And you just don't like existing housing stock. That's the way it is. Or else you're just pandering to the Leadership Lawrence group so you can get a job when you're failed here on the town commission. You quit after a couple of years with the state. Come on, man. Moving into the for the new town commissioner or for the new town manager, there are so many issues, sir, that confront us from the past. From August of 2024, there was a 2-week dog and pony show between the Department of Justice and the police department, wherein certain promises were made with respect to the creation of town policy written by the people, the citizens of the people of Lawrence, Kansas. It's never happened, even though it's come before the town commission on several times, being reminded by yours truly that these promises were made. It's never happened, sir. That's what happens here in Lawrence. We have these little dog and pony shows to make everybody feel good for a week or two, and then everybody's supposed to forget about it. And when you become the town crier, and talk about it, they get all, I'm going to say it, pissed off because they don't want to be reminded about what the promises were. These guys promise one thing after another, including having citizens participate in the creation of these things. In addition, they have decimated our Police Citizens Review Board such that it is no more than a propaganda wing for the police department. Jeffrey, Mr. Hepler, I'm very offended that you came onto this program half naked. I mean, my goodness, where is the civility in all this? What are we gonna do? How are we gonna survive? Have a great night, you guys.
That's all the comments, Vice Mayor.
Well, that's the high note we should end on. Is a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Devers, second by Commissioner Polian. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed?
Aye. Yeah.
So 3, Commissioner Sellers? 4-0?
Everyone.
Yep.
Aye.
Yep. Good night.
Was that a,
I think 4-0.
okay, thank you. 3-1, okay.